Okay. And then fade, and then it's me, right? Okay.
Just reverse the order.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Hi. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to yoga at Little Rock Athletic Club. It's just a beautiful day out there. It makes me feel joyful, which goes into what we're going to talk about today, the second chakra, Svadhisthana, right below your belly button. This deals with joy. It deals with creativity, feel good, sensation, and emotion. So the word emotion just means Latin to move out. So you don't want these emotions stuck in your body. So physically today, we're going to focus on the hips. And the element with this chakra is water. So water goes with flow. So we're going to kind of move dynamically. Grab a block if you have one, or maybe, a book to elevate your hands off the earth, just whatever you need today. Only come to your edge. If something doesn't feel good, please don't do it, all right? So let's go ahead and start by feeling that joy and coming into this mudra called Yani Mudra, where the thumb and the index finger are on the second chakra, index finger is pointing down, so it's making like a triangle. So we're just thinking about integrating the body, finding joy for the body, the mind, the soul. So, joyfulness, it doesn't require a person to always have circumstances to feel joy. The Yoga Sutras talk about that joy is something it's kind of like a mature soul grace. It just defies logic. So just focus here on this beautiful center, embracing today the mantra of joy. So joy, 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 down in your heart, down in your heart. Good. And then now, make sure that your right leg isn't crossed in front of your left, Sukhasana. And we're just going to, like I said, move dynamically. So you want to inhale, reach up, stretch your fingers. Exhale, forward fold, and then just sway right and left. And then again, inhale, come up without using your hands. Cross the left in front of the right. Exhale, fold, sway right to left. Good. And then again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, just fold to your edge. It may just be to here or to here. And then again, inhale, cross. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Awesome. Extend the legs out in front of you. Cross the left ankle in front of the right. And then bring that right heel to the left buttock. So double pigeon. Place your hands behind you. Just roll your heart open. So letting that heart chakra always be part of our equation. And then just fold. And then now, extend the legs, right ankle underneath left, flex that right foot, fold, and then again, extend left over right, opening up that hip space, fold. Just trying to find the joy here. This might not be an area where you're like, I don't feel joy, but just invite it in. Encourage joyfulness, the grace of joy. Just for no particular reason. One more time on each side. Left ankle over right, fold. Right ankle over left, fold. Good. And then now, cross that right ankle back in front for Sukhasana, or easy seated position. And then just circle, just finding this, close your eyes, this seated meditation. And just find that fluidity. Moving dynamically today. Just finding those feelings. Feelings are meant to be kind of like water, to move in and out. You know, you don't want stagnant water. It's not healthy. You want nice, free-flowing, bubbly water. Now cross the left foot in front or left ankle, and then counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Open your eyes. Take your thumbs in your hip creases. Roll them down. Just melting your hips to the floor. Keep going. Good. And then now, inhale, stretch the breath. Interlace the fingers, invert your palms. Exhale, just side bend to the right. Extend that left arm. And then dynamically, inhale, reach up. Exhale, lengthen. Keep that right hip grounded. Again, inhale. Exhale, maybe turn a little bit more towards that right knee. Fold down. Inhale, turn a little bit more towards that left knee. Fold down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fingertips go behind you. Lift your heart up. Open up your jaw. Roar like a lion. Simhasana. Opening up that area of communication. And then come around to all fours. I'm going to come to the side so you can see me. So cat and cow. So inhale, sit bone, tailbone up. Exhale, round. So just kind of our traditional cat and cow. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then now, undulating cat and cow. So maybe walk your knees back a couple of inches. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, round, press into extended child's pose. And then as soon as the breath comes in, slithering like a snake, lift up. Notice how the spine just goes from coming into your cat and cow. So kind of an extension and contraction of your midsection. So it's like an undulation, like we're in water here, going from flexion to extension. Good. And then come back to all fours. Extend the left leg back. Toes are pointing down, hip joint mandala. So I always like to say this is kind of like a fire hydrant move, like a dog with a fire hydrant. Bend the knee, bring it to the nose. Bring it out to the left. Extend it back. Knee to nose. Out to the left. Extend it back. One more time. Knee to nose, out to the left, extend it back. Now opposite. So extend it back, out to the left, knee to nose, back, out, knee to nose. One more time, back, out, knee to nose, extend it back, set it down. Other side, extend the right leg back. Knee to nose, bring it out, keep the knee bent, extend it back, very good. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale. Now opposite, going counterclockwise. So bring it in, back, out, in, back, out. One more time. In, back, out, come all the way down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other knee. And then from here, what I want you to do is I want you to really bend the right knee and then ground the left heel, kind of like you're coming into Warrior 2 or Warrior 1. And then turn the hips over to the left. Push the mat away from you. Here we're just finding a little bit of stillness. Come back to center. Up on the balls of your feet. Press your heart back. Lower your heels down. Ground. Pivot that right heel down to the earth. Bend the left knee. And then turn the torso towards the right. So you should feel it in the outer right hip. Energetically pushing the mat away from you with your hands.
And then come back, come up on the balls of your feet, lower your heels, and then walk your feet to the top of your mat, coming into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Slightly bend your knees, grab opposite hand to elbow, and then just sway here, right and left. Releasing your elbows. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. Nice. So that's a little warm up. Let's just continue warming up by coming into Surya Namaskar C. So I'd like for you to find your block or your book or whatever it takes for you to elevate the floor or earth up closer to you. Have your feet about hip width apart. And we're going to be coming into a low lunge. So, you may want to, I have a double padding here, mat going vertical and horizontally. So you may want to check out getting an extra blanket and put it in the middle of your mat here. So come into Tadasana. So I'm going to bring my feet about to the edges, outside edges of the block. All right, so you can kind of see my feet. And we're going to come into that Yani Mudra. So index finger and thumb, triangle pointing down, just feeling this triad of energy, nurturing emotionally the body, emotionally the mind, emotionally the soul. Just finding that joy. And then we're going to lean over into the left foot like you're about to sit down in your chair. Cross the right ankle over. I'm going to bring my hands. So I'm not thinking about balance. That's why I want this block or the book or whatever you have. So I just want to think about the hips here, sitting low. I want you to keep your right hand on the block, left hand to the foot, and resist like you're pushing this left hand into the right foot, okay? Pressing the knee, so not having the knee come up, but pressing it down, just finding some resistance, feeling the opening in that right hip. Good, couple more breaths. So this practice, being dynamic, it's kind of like a opposite of yin. Yin is great for opening up, fascia, things like that, but this is just about finding that dynamic movement to release and let go. And then now fold into your legs. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Bring them over your head. Find your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Leaning into the right foot. Bending. Lifting up that left foot. Crossing it over the right knee. And then bringing your hands to the block or the book. Taking your right hand to your left foot. Resist. It's like I'm trying to push that left foot off my right knee. I'm just feeling it in that. I'm going to kind of adjust it a little bit. Oh, I said, make your adjustments. And no one says that you just have to just stop and you're sticking it. Always about finding the most comfortable sukha, ease, position. Couple more breaths. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take this left foot all the way back. Find your lunge. So the right knee is over the ankle. I want you to rock that right foot over to the right. The foot is off the mat. The heel is on. So ball of the foot is off the mat. The heel is on the mat. Ground the hands. Come all the way down to the left knee. Good. Inhale, lift the heart up. And then exhale, you can come down to your forearms. You can have the block, forearms on the block. You can stay all the way up for this lizard lunge. Melt down. I'm going to come down to my forearms. But notice that I'm not collapsed. So I want to lift my heart up, almost as if I'm lifting it up into upward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Good. And then just kind of dynamically, you're kind of swaying to the right and left, right and left. One more time. And then come back up. Ground the left hand. Take the right hand to the right knee. Turn and twist. Lift up that right arm. Now you can stay right here, extending it back, or bend through that left knee, greet the left foot into the right hand. If that's too much, just stay right there. Don't even try to grab it. This is a quad stretch. So it's the hips, we're focusing on the front part of the hips, the side, the back. Quadriceps are part of that whole mechanism. Strong quads, nursing home prevention. All right, good. Pull that heel in towards your buttocks. And then release from there. Ground both hands, lift up the left knee, turn the right foot forward. And then again, just slightly press back. Inhale, exhale back into your lunge. Lift the heart up. Round, kind of like a cat and cow, slightly straightening that front leg, coiling. Inhale. One more time. And then now take that right foot back to the left, come into your plank asana. Ground through the fingers, shoulders over the wrist. Lower down, knees, chest, chin to your forehead. We're going to come into Crocodile Pose. So the symbol for the second chakra, Svadhisthana, meaning sweet abode, is a crocodile. So we're going to come into this pose just honoring that symbol. It's the water element. He's in the water and he's just kind of looking up, checking things out. So with your hands interlaced behind your head, lift up your elbows, lift up your heart and chest, lift up both feet. Let your gaze be at your nose. Draw your navel in. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And then release down. We're going to come into undulating downward dog like we did the undulating child's pose. I'm going to do it from the side. So press your way back up into your downward dog. So dynamically moving through our Adho Mukha Savasana, you're going to inhale, come forward almost like you're coming into plank. Bend the knees, sit bone, tailbone up. Lengthen the heels down. So forward, down with the knees, up and back with the hips. Forward, down, and up. Forward, down, and up. One more time. Forward, down, and up. Good. Find your way back into your downward dog. Melt your heart back. And then walk your feet to your hands. Come into your forward fold. Again, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Awesome. And then now, feet hip width apart before we come to the other side. Just start circling your hips. So this chakra is about creativity. Just a little dance. The fluidity in the joints, in the hips. In the elbows, bring the shoulders back. Good. Bring them forward. Awesome. And then like you're trying to step over like a, I don't know, let's say a fence, a low-level fence. So you're going to bring your right leg over this fence to the left and then the left leg. So just working those hips, flossing those hips. Lift up. Getting that hip joint. One more time. And then now the ankles. Just circle that ankle. Find a little balance here. Maybe the wrist. Good. Circle the other ankle. We've got these 9 joints. And then ground down. Feet all the way together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Utkatasana. Good. Extend the arms up. Sink into your hips. Like a swinging chair. Bring your arms back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Stay low in your hips. Inhale up. Exhale back. One more time. Awesome. Fold into your legs. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, fold. This time step the right foot back. Walk it way back. Find your block if you need to. Lower down to the top of the knee. Walk that left foot out to the left. Ball a foot off the mat. Heel onto the mat. Inhale, lift your heart up.
Stay here in your hands. Find your level. Find your option. Honor where you are. Bow down. Lift your heart up. Inhale. Good. Sinking into it. Opening up those hips. And then coming back up. Taking your left hand to your left knee, just opening up into a twist, lifting that left arm up. Good. Extending that left hand back. Now just stay here. If that's what it takes, it's perfectly okay. Or bend the knee, bring the hand to the foot, greeting the hand to the foot. You can stay here. I didn't mention this on the other side. You can always come down to your forearm. I'm going to stay up for this side. I stayed up for the other side just to make it even. Press that foot, that right foot into the left hand, resisting. Find that isometric energy happening. Good. A couple of more breaths. Just feeling that opening. I love a hip practice. Always feels so good. So good for your muscles. And then releasing out of that, turn the left foot back forward. Ground your hands, lift up that right knee. And just kind of like a rocking lizard, straighten the front leg, coil, not all the way. And then release, lift the heart up. Inhale, exhale, coil. Inhale. One more time, exhale, coil. Inhale, beautiful. Step back into your Planchasana. Stay in the balls of the feet. I think we did this last week, so let's do it again. Let's flow into upward dog and then downward dog, but stay in the balls of your feet. Lower your hips. Lift your heart up. Exhale, downward dog. And then foot slowly, like you're going through water. Just come up, lift up, get some air. You're lifting up from being underwater. Exhale. Heels go back. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale. Good. Take a few breaths here. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Exhale, hands to your heart. So bring your feet out to the edges of your mat. So we're going to come into Goddess Pose. Let me fix my little microphone here. All right. So feet go off the mat like on a clock to 10 and 2. Lower your hands down. And then just move the hips right and left. Beautiful. And then now, slide your hands down to your ankles. Press the knees open. So these are opening up the inner thighs, the adductor muscles, part of the hips. And then maybe just a little movement here. Good. Couple of more breaths. All right. And then come back in, turn your toes parallel, fold, interlace your fingers behind your back. And then walk onto your mat, find your block. So we're going to repeat, we're going to just come into a little arm balance prep, Ekapada Galavasana. I'm not going to do the whole thing, extending the leg back, because I can't. So I'm just going to go to where I can go. If you know the whole pose, feel free to come into it. If you want to do crow, feel free to do that. But we're going to go into this, and the main thing is just to keep opening those hips up, so come deeper. So I'm going to come to the side. I'm going to have the block, and I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee, and I'm going to come back to my hands on the block. So you're welcome to stay here, or maybe test your balance. This would be option 1, to bring the hands to the heart center and just stay here, focusing on one thing. Option 2 is this right foot is on the outside of the left arm. You're pulling that right foot in and then bringing the hands down to the ground, rounding the back, walking those left toes back. So making a shelf with your triceps
And then maybe lifting that back foot up. Maybe extending it back. That's all we're doing. And then now fold into your legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. So let's do the other side. I'm going to turn around so you can kind of see the action here. See the options. So feet hip width apart, hands to your heart. Left ankle over right knee. And then sit. Stay here. This is plenty. I'm just feeling it in my left hip. If you get a little lower, wrapping that foot around the outside of the tricep. And then staying on your fingertips or grounding your hands, walking that foot back. And then leaning, lifting the heel up. And then setting it back down. Setting the foot down. Coming back to your forward fold. Slowly lower down to a seat. And then come into like an extended Upavista Konasana. So we're going to come into Pigeon Pose, some variations. So we're going to do two options here. So stay at this first option if this is enough for you, for your hips. So this is called 90-90 or shin box. So the shin, so this right shin, it's going to be parallel to the short end of your mat. So notice there's a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to take this left foot and I'm going to do the same thing. So the shin and the femur bone are at 90 degrees. All right. I'm going to turn my torso towards that right shin and I'm just going to fold. That might be plenty of sensation for you right here. And stay here for about 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can continue staying here or you can walk that left foot back in full pigeon. But what I'd like for you to do is, and I'm going to come so you can see the side. So my shin stays in that 90-degree angle. My back foot walks back, top of the foot on the mat. You can stay up or you can come all the way down. Notice my front shin doesn't move. It stays at that 90-degree angle. That's very medicinal for the front knee. So it doesn't put it in too much of a compromising angle. It's at that 90-degree angle. There's no stress. And then, yeah, this hip is elevated. That's okay. We're so used to like, oh, it's got to be down. It's got to be down. Keep it where it is. Back foot is on the mat. Awesome. One more breath. And then you're going to come around and you're going to take this left leg and you're going to bring it all the way on top of your right knee. Lift the hips up for Gomugasana or cow-facing pose, okay? Take your fingers into your hip creases and then just pull the hips down gently. So this can be a little different. I learned this from Jason Crandall. I got the opportunity to see him live last year. He's awesome, amazing. So you're going to take this left leg and you're going to hug it with the right arm. So bring it underneath. Take the left hand parallel to this right knee and take the right hand to the left bicep. And you're going to pull that left knee up to your chest. You're going to feel it in this left hip. For 3, for 2, for 1. So now you're already set up for pigeon on this side. So 90-90. Left shin parallel, femur on the left leg, 90-degree angle on that right leg. Inhale, turn the torso towards the left thigh, bring the arms over. Stay here for 3 breaths. 2, and 1. Walk that back leg back, top of the foot on the mat. Again, you can just stay right where you are for 3 breaths. 2, And 1. Swing that right leg over for Gomukhasana. Take the right hand in front of the left foot. Hug that right knee in. Take the left hand to the bicep and pull that thigh in. Oh, just feeling more of an opening in that right hip. Melting it open. And then come back to center. One last pose, Upavista Konasana. So extending the legs out, roll the thighs in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn towards the right leg and then just fold. Dynamically, inhale, come up. Exhale, turn to the left, just fold. One more time on each side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. So bring the hands underneath the knees. Come onto your back. Hug the knees in. One last hip opener. Happy baby pose. Rock right and left. Feel that joy. Feel the bliss. And then extend the legs out. Extend the arms back. Bring the hands by the hips. Close the eyes for Shavasana. You're welcome to, after this practice is finished, just to continue your Shavasana or come into seated meditation. But here, just let go, let the divine, just feeling the fruits of your practice for about the next minute. And then slowly come up to a seated position. Just take your time. Close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart center. And then coming into a soul request to the divine. So letting the grace of joy flood into my heart and soul. Let me dwell in joyousness for its own sake, for the pure pleasure of it. I do not need a reason or purpose in order to feel joyful. Perhaps thinking that way has kept joyfulness from my heart. I've always put it within an equation, something I had to earn or deserve. But the grace of joy is pure, a sensation unattached to reasons, a pure mystical experience. So slowly blink your eyes open, bring them to your third eye. And extending out to you, Shanti and Namaste, letting the divine in my heart and soul honor the divine in your heart and soul. So much joy, joy, joy down into your heart. Namaste. Thank you. See you next week.